Hey folks, Matt from RTheImage.com. We have viewer Positive Color asking, "Hi Matt, would you buy the G7 or the Sony a6000? Want to use it for video and photo work. I think the a6000 pictures have a better quality overall. Do you agree? Thanks." Um, I wrote him out a response. I'll read it to you. I'd go with the Panasonic G7 over the Sony a6000, as I just did with my recent purchase of the G7. Lenses are much better in the Micro Four Thirds lineup, which is really important to me. And the G7 smokes the A6000 for video. I mean, it's got 4K. The A6000 does not. That alone is a killer. As for photo quality, the A6000 does have very nice image quality, but you have to spend a lot to get a decent lens to see that quality. The Panasonic G7, on the other hand, also has excellent image quality, and the kit lenses perform very nicely. I just did a photo shoot for a hockey team here where I live, and looks fantastic, shot on the G7. You know, it wasn't that long ago. The megapixel race has gone on and on and on. It wasn't that long ago that the top megapixel camera out there was the Canon, I believe it was the 1DS Mark II at 16 megapixels, 16.7, I think it was. Full frame, 35 millimeter flagship camera at the time. It wasn't that long ago. It was just a few years back. And now, people are like, oh, 16 megapixels isn't enough. It's plenty. I use the 16 megapixel files from the Panasonic cameras all the time. I'm always happy for a little bit more resolution, but the Panasonic cameras focus, they lock on target, super tack sharp focus, very nice sharp lenses, and you just get a level of focus and sharpness right down to the pixel level that is so nice that I would rather have that than a few more megapixels, but not as nicely focused or not as sharp an image. I can enlarge an image from the G7 and make it look as big as much larger cameras. It can go to 36 or 40 megapixels because the initial image is so good it can take that upgrading. So I would recommend the G7 over the A6000 for both photo and video work, simply because with photo work, the image sensor is very good in the G7. I would say the A6000 has better image sensor for doing photos, but then to get the decent lenses to perform with it, you're going to spend a lot more money. So bang for buck for value, you're going to get great quality images out of the G7 for almost any lens in the Panasonic lineup will outperform most of the not high-end lenses of the Sony. So that's why I would go with the G7, and especially for video work, the G7 absolutely kills the Sony a6000. I still think the G7 is a much better value and a much better camera for video than the Sony a7R Mark II. Or you could use the Panasonic GH4. Either way, specific to your question here, I will go with the G7 over the A6000. What do you guys think? Have I missed a point? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Keep it civil if we're going to have a disagreement. But stay tuned because we'll be back soon here at RTheImage.com. Thanks.